Now, there's been talk, roll the video on Darcy Moore, that's the collision with Petrarca, and that is a straightforward going for the mark. There's talk about whether or not players should be able to put their knee up.
So that's King's birthday, and then this was on the weekend just gone. Jared Witt's
got one.
Yeah, diagnosed after the game, Ed, with a broken vertebrae, which will keep him out this week at least, and who knows, it's indefinite now. So it's the knee. We're not highlighting it to say there's a question about the way Darcy Moore goes about it, but it is his knee that's sustained the serious damage, the season-ending damage to Christian Petrarca and the now broken vertebra to
Can we just roll them again?
Jared
I just want to point out, we've had this conversation throughout the course of the year about the player coming back. Who gets the right of way? Just roll them again. So Petrarca's just in the contest there and Moore came in. But so he's just there. There's nothing wrong with that. But the Witts one, he's coming back into it. Again, nothing really much there. But you're allowed to go for the ball.
Look, there's dozens of those types of contests in every single game. And the technique that Darcy Moore's using there has been used for 130 years. Lord,
and not only that, but his timing's right. He's hitting the ball. It's not like he's jumping early and cleaning up the pack. He's actually hitting the ball. Can we just have a look at this, though, because Kane Corns and Lee Matthews had some thoughts.
My query more is, for the AFL, if they're going to be so obsessed by protecting the head, how far does it cut? Now, are we going to start to outlaw players running and driving with their knee? Where's it going to stop is my question. If we're going to rule out accidental head clashes...
Longbow.
No, it's not. If the concussion warriors, to use your words, don't want people to be able to brace for contact if it causes a head knock, they can't be accepting of that, but I haven't heard anyone say anything about that dangerous act.
I just wonder whether in concussion, brain injuries, trying to prevent brain injuries, whether jumping knee first into a marking contest will eventually be outlawed.
Well, if you're on the AFL Commission, would you outlaw that?
I'd consider it.
Oh, I have great respect for Lee, but I just hate hearing that. I just hate that they've even entertaining the idea of it. I think the AFL would... There's a lot of people are getting lost to this game because of the frustration over rules and umpiring. Well, I think we'd just lose our game if because this is
we lose that moment. We lose the greatest moment of the season.
I think
on Anzac Day.
At the moment, Damo, there's really no, apart from Charlie Curnow, do you go and watch a key forward much anymore? It's becoming a midfielder's game. We would just lose all our small superstar forwards for this aspect. I just hate when I hear that because I just think the fabric of our game would be lost when we hear, even when Petrarca gets injured, that's a footy act. Witts gets injured, so what? It's just a footy act. Accidents, injuries are going to happen. And hearing that even from a concussion...
If we start heading that road, and I say this not to be smart aleck or to be derogatory to Gaelic football or anything else. In fact, the opposite. I love the international rules. I played Gaelic football as a kid. It's a fantastic game to play. But if you're going to get rid of all these things, let's move quickly to an entertaining game of Gaelic football, or can we have our game back? Can we have the game we know and love and we understand the restrictions that need to be there to mitigate against concussions? We all know that before Peter Jess rings up. We all understand that, OK? But what we have is a game that needs to be able to still have some sort of semblance to what we grew up with. Now, my worry is in these situations, they tried to make boxing safe. And you know what the antidote to that was? UFC. Because people said, no, you've taken all the courage out of boxing and it's all this type of thing. What we need to do is not completely throw the baby out with the bathwater, make it as safe as possible. But you've played the game, you tell me what's going on. It's easy for me to say from the stand.
No, again, and echoing what you guys have said, we want to protect the player, so we're tabling that. But an element of what draws people to the game is risk and excitement as well. So the combat, exactly. So that's why people want to go, as you said, Lloydy, someone jump on someone's head and take a mark or come back with a flight or lay a strong tackle or a bump. Yeah, we can protect people, but there is an element to our game, which is the beauty of it, is the risk of it.
It's a combat sport.
Correct.
It's an invasion sport.